Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. So in today's video, I'll be showing you how to get this clean like makeup I saw on TikTok. So the first thing I'll be using my NYX eyebrow pencil in espresso, and I'll be basically just going in and filling in my eyebrows. Next, I'll be going in my Essence Make Me Brow Gel Mascara, and I'll be basically putting that on top of my brows where the eyebrow pencil was. Alright, and for my primer slash moisturizer, I'll be going with my EQUATE Beauty Intense Therapy Lotion. It's just a regular lotion, honestly, and I'm gonna just use that as kind of like my primer. Oh yeah, so that's really it. Okay, and then I'll be going to my LA Girls Pro Concealer in Chestnut, and I'll be basically outlining my brows, or highlighting my brows, whatever you want to call it, but I'll be doing that. Alright, and then for add glow, I'm gonna add some like glow to my skin, so I'm gonna use the NYX Radiant Finish Setting Spray, and I'm gonna apply this on like the cheek area, just my cheeks, nowhere else on my face, and I'll just rub it in with my fingers to add like some glow to like my cheeks. Yeah. Alright, and then I'm going back in my LA Girls Pro Concealer in Chestnut, and then I'll be basically highlighting the inner parts of my face. So I'll be basically going down the sides of my nose and my upper lip and my bottom lip, and then a little bit on my forehead, and I'll be basically using that concealer to kind of help create like the contour or make my nose look smaller in a way. And yeah. Alright, and then I'm gonna go with my ELF Cosmetics Putty Primer in Sunkissed, and I'll be basically using that as my bronzer. It's a cream bronzer, and I'm gonna take that on like a small brush, and I'll be basically putting that on the outer portions of my face and on my nose. And yeah, and then after that, I'm gonna take the concealer again, the LA Girls one, and I'll be basically cleaning up the nose part because I went kind of crazy with the bronzer on my nose, but it's whatever. Tonight is on an island. It's about time for making up.
just to know you, want you. So come close, won't you? Won't you? Can I tell you something for what it's worth? When you have it, place on nothing. Take you there, I'll take you. Show you something, give you more than words. When you have it, place on nothing. Take you there, I'll take you there. Take you there, won't you?
Alright, and then we'll go in my Maybelline Dream Cover Effect Full Coverage Skin Tint in Truffle. And I'm going to use my NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop in Deep Sable. I'm going to mix those two together because I feel like it makes like a perfect foundation in a way. Because it's like semi-matte, but not really. It has more like a glowy effect to it. And then I'm going to use my Real Techniques sponge to blend it out.
Won't you? Can I tell you something for what it's worth? When you have it, place on nothing. Take you there, I'll take you. Show you something, give you more than words. When you have it, place on nothing. Take you there, I'll take you.
Alright, and then we'll go in my Black Radiance and my Makeup Revolution banana powder and set the concealer and anywhere else I have put foundation. So basically setting the whole face. And I like, because I mix the two powders together because it just makes it more like smooth on my face.
I want you to give it to me, yeah.
Alright, and then we'll go in my Black Radiance pressed powder and warm hazelnut and kind of like brush some of that powder that was left after the sponge. So I kind of like brush it away and kind of make it like one even skin tone. Alright, and then I'm going to go with my Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette from Dark to Deep. And I'll be using the sculpt part and basically like sculpting the sides of my nose and around the perimeters of my face. And then after that, I'm going to take like a clean, like fluffy brush, not like a big one, but like a small one, and kind of like make sure the contour is not too harsh because I want it to make it look like it's part of my skin. So I'm just going to like brush over it to make it less harsh.
Fill me up till my cup's overflowing. I'm so anxious just to feel the silence. It's so quiet, but I hear you.
And then I'm going with my Milani Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush in 160. And I'll be basically putting that on my finger first. And then I'm going to go in with like a wet elf sponge. It's a black elf sponge. And I'll be basically using the butt part of it to kind of blend out the blush. Alright, and then I'll be basically taking some of that pressed powder from earlier and just going over my eyelids to stop the creases or whatever that happened while I was putting on my makeup. And then I'm going to go in my Essence Lash Princess Mascara. It's the sculpting one. It's the purple tube. And I'll be basically using that as my mascara.
Needed to distance myself from you. I was just
you can stop here if you want to, but I kept going because I don't know, I just feel like I needed to keep going, so I added like some lashes to it, and I used the Duo Clear Adhesive lash glue, and I used the ienvybykiss lashes. I want to say it's 14 or 16. It's one of those two, and yeah. Alright, and for my lips, I couldn't find my NYX lip pencil in espresso, so I'm using my bronzer as kind of like a lip liner, and honestly it works the same either way, so I'm using my bronzer as a lip liner. Alright, and then I'm going to take my MAC Cosmetics lipstick and Creamy Your Coffee, and I'll be basically using that on the center part of my lip where I didn't use the bronzer. And then after that, I'm going to blend those two colors together with my finger and kind of like, you know, make sure it's like an ombre, like a natural lip effect to it. Alright, and then for my highlight, I'm used to Beauty Creations Cali Glow in Manhattan Beach, and I'll be basically taking that on kind of like a highlighter brush. And I like this highlighter because it makes my cheeks look like a natural glow, not like that very like bold highlight. It's more like a natural glow. So I'm just gonna take that on my cheek area and on my brow bone area and on my upper lip and nowhere else. Alright, and then to set the makeup, I will be using the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. I love this setting spray because it makes my makeup last forever throughout the day, even with the mask on, so yeah. And then I fan myself, you know, to dry the setting spray, and then I will go in with like a sponge, or sometimes a sponge, and I'll just pat the areas that are still wet. Alright, and that is it for today's makeup video. Thanks so much for watching. All the products will be listed down below. So this is kind of like the clean beauty makeup routine plus like an updated makeup routine, because I've been doing this ever since I tried it. So yeah, see you guys later. Bye.
It's just a feel that's unless it's so quiet, but I hear you saying to me, baby, say our time, we're making up time. The times you wasn't really waking up.